Week 5 of the NFL season is upon us, and the Jaguars and Panthers are both at the quarter-way mark of their season with a record of 2-2. And this Sunday, the Jacksonville Jaguars will travel to Carolina to face off against the Panthers in their first NFC South showdown. And in this video, we are going to break down this matchup. So let's get it. Now I want to start this preview video off by talking about some of the similarities between these two Big Cat teams. First of all, each of these teams entered the NFL in the same season in 1995. Both the same year for expansion teams, as Charlotte and Jacksonville were ultimately awarded the 29th and 30th NFL franchise. Also, the series is currently tied at 3-3 between the Jaguars and Panthers, playing 6 times in the franchise's history. So this will be the 7th, and this will ultimately break the tie. Both of these teams are sitting at 2-2, and each team started off their seasons 0-2 and are currently riding 2-game winning streaks to put themselves at 2-2. And one big similarity is the fact that each team is not starting their starting quarterback in week 1. With Cam Newton and Nick Foles suffering injuries, now they are trotting out Kyle Allen and Gardner Minshew. And Kyle Allen and Gardner Minshew have been performing above expectations for their teams, and they've been extremely similar in a lot of matters. Kyle Allen, when you look at his stats, he's completing his passes at a 72% completion percentage, 493 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions through the air, which is pretty similar to Gardner Minshew, as Gardner Minshew has a 69.420% completion percentage on the year, a 106.9 passer rating. He has 905 yards on the season, 7 touchdowns versus 1 interception. So, as you can tell, both quarterbacks are taking care of the ball through the air. Now, one big weakness between these guys is that they're not necessarily taking care of the ball very well on the ground. If you look at Kyle Allen, he has 5 fumbles on the season, with 4 of those fumbles lost. Gardner Minshew hasn't been as glaring because he has 4 fumbles, but only 1 of those fumbles have been lost. So each quarterback needs to learn to hold 2 hands on the ball, and I've seen improvements, at least when it comes to Gardner Minshew, with that when it comes to scrambling around the pocket and keeping 2 hands on the ball. Another similarity is that both teams drafted running backs in the top 10 of the 2017 NFL draft. If you look at the Panthers, they drafted Christian McCaffrey, they've really hit on that pick. He's currently leading the NFL in rushing yards. And when you look at Leonard Fournette is the current rushing leader in the AFC. So, both teams very heavily rely on their running backs in their offense and game plan. And each team kind of has Rookie of the Year candidates. When you look at the Jaguars, Gardner Minshew has been exceptional. And when you look at the Panthers, their first-round pick, Brian Burns out of FSU, defensive end pass rusher, he's been extremely good this year. So, like I said, a lot of similarities between these two teams. Now, when I look at this matchup, I really feel a defensive battle coming. I think on offense, we need to learn to establish the run game. Because when you look at the Panthers' pass attack, they have the number 1 pass attack in the NFL. They play a lot of zone coverage, and they are extremely disciplined in that. They have one of the best cornerbacks in the game, James Bradbury, who's really coming on the scene this year. And you also have some veterans like Luke Kuechly in the middle of the field. You also have Eric Reed and Trey Boston, a couple of pretty good veterans in the back when it comes to the safety end of things. And I really think this is a game where we need to establish a run game. And I think that this is going to be an ultimate test for Gardner Minshew. Obviously, Gardner Minshew, like I said, has been exceptional this year. He has won Rookie of the Week honors 3 out of the first 4 weeks in the NFL, and he won the award for, I think, Offensive Rookie of the Month, either Offensive Rookie of the Month or just Rookie of the Month in general. He's been extremely good, and after each game, it seems like he gets better. And my dick just keeps getting harder for Gardner. So this is going to be the ultimate test for him. I think the Panthers are going to be disguising a lot of coverages for him to try to trick him up. And if Gardner Minshew can read and diagnose this defense, I think that it's going to be an ultimate test for Gardner Minshew. And we're 4 games into his career right now, and he's been above expectations. And a lot of the Jaguar fans just we don't know what to think right now. It's been so hard to find really good quarterbacks on our team. We've missed on every single first-round draft pick that we've had at the quarterback position. We've gone and signed free agents, but we've never had an extremely elite quarterback. And if Gardner Minshew can put a fifth really good game together, I mean, it's going to be incredible. I won't even know what to think. But it's too early to call him a franchise quarterback, but man, he's really making the strides to really get there, and it's going to be a conversation had once Nick Foles ultimately does come back. Now, on defense, I think that the Jags defense needs to get to Kyle Allen. Like I said earlier, he's fumbled a lot. He's had 5 fumbles on the season, so this is a defense that needs to be able to take advantage of the youthness of Kyle Allen. Obviously, he's been very good in the passing game, so I think that we need to get after Kyle Allen like you would need to do with any young quarterback. The Jaguars, they've been hit and miss with the pass rushing game. The pass rush wasn't very good against the Chiefs. It all of a sudden became much improved against the Texans and the Titans, but it was not very good last week. We need to get that going again. Hopefully, Yannick Ngakoue, he has been dealing with a little bit of a hamstring injury. I think it's healing really well now, so hopefully this game he will be like a full go. And a big thing about this is, like I said, I think it's going to be a defensive battle. With that said, we need to limit the explosive plays from Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey can do it all, whether it be running in between the tackles or helping out in the pass game. And we need to limit the explosiveness when it comes to what we give Christian McCaffrey, because it's going to be a bend but don't break game, and we don't want to be giving him 50, 60, 65-yard plays. We can't be doing that. Now, when it comes to the injury front, the Jaguars are pretty clean on the injury list. Now, Jalen Ramsey, he goes out and requests a trade, and apparently trades immediately lead into back pains, as Jalen Ramsey, who has never missed a game in his career, is about to miss his second game in a row when it comes to his back injury. So it's kind of driving me nuts with Jalen Ramsey. He had a press conference where he said that he just wants to be the best teammate possible, and he wants to do everything he can, and he just wants to win. That's what he said. He just wants to win games. Since that press conference, the Jaguars have been 2-0, and I don't know how good of a teammate Jalen Ramsey's being. I don't know if he I feel like he can play. And I don't know if the teammates are getting frustrated by him, but he's essentially traveling with the team and being there just so he doesn't miss out on the paycheck. It's extremely disappointing. The Jaguars are winning. The Jaguars can use him. And I don't know how great of a teammate that he's really being. Of course, you'd have to ask the guys in the locker room that question. But some other injuries for the Jaguars. Tight end Josh Oliver, who hasn't played a game yet. He's no surprisingly on the injured list, and he will be out on Sunday. But those are the 2 outs. Now, one guy that just recently got added to the injury list is DJ Hayden, our nickel cornerback, which is he's got a foot injury, which is pretty concerning given the state of Jalen Ramsey being out and us being already down one cornerback. It would really hurt to be down another guy. And also a special teamer, Lorente McCray, will be questionable for this Sunday's game. So it's pretty clean on the injury list for the Jaguars. Now, the Panthers are a lot more injured. I mean, especially when it comes to the defensive line, they had to IR defensive tackle Kawan Short last week. Luke Kuechly is questionable on the injury report. Or not Luke Kuechly, sorry. Brian Burns is questionable, the rookie defensive end. And also Jared McCoy is questionable. So hopefully these guys are out so we can kind of exploit the run game just a little bit. But it's a really exciting game, guys. I will be live streaming this game tomorrow, so definitely come out and have fun with me. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Who you think is going to win this game? I think the Jaguars will win this game, but I do think it's going to be close. Could be like a 17-16 type of game. Could be exchanging field goals. We'll really have to see. But I'm very excited about this. Hopefully the Jaguars can break 500 and have a winning record. Of course, the AFC South is totally up for grabs. And it's going to be very, very exciting to see what the Jaguars can do and if we can break 500. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video. And I will see you guys in my live stream tomorrow. Go Jags.